All right, so here's what we have. We are dealing with a flooded bunker room. So I'm gonna turn around and put the plastic to protect these floors all the way through, protect the kitchen area, coming all the way up into here. And this is our problem. All right, all of this here is saturated in water, and it's all the way throughout here. Okay, actually over here is a lot more deeper than anywhere else. So we're gonna move all this stuff that's in here and be able to set the pump somewhere around here. All right, let's get rocking. All right, here's what we have. We've managed to put in our basin. I managed to level out the steel plate with the top of the concrete on both sides and on this side over here. So that way any water that be coming up from these columns over here, because we have water that comes in, it seeps in right through this column here, and it's got a tendency of puddling right here. And then the other problematic area we have is right there. So I've decided to put the pump in between the two columns, so this way the water could be able to divert and right inside the pump. Same way on this side, divert and go inside the pump. This cover that I have here, I'm gonna bore some holes, 3/8 holes, and I'm gonna space them out maybe about 1.5 inches apart, maybe 2 inches. All right, all the way around, so that way the water could be able to go inside the basin. All right, here's the basin. It's gonna go in there, and basically once the water comes up to level, it's gonna trigger my float on that side there. We put a silence check valve, so that way when the pump comes on and it shuts off, you won't hear the clunk. All right, I know when I normally put a regular check valve, that's the main problem, but this one in here in specific, it has the vacuum breaker, so it's going to turn around and cushion the water. You're not going to hear that clunking noise. Then we turned around and cut our trench here, and I managed to put the sewage line inside the ground. I'm going to end up coming up this way. All right, I managed to bore a hole through this wall here, which goes into the boiler room, and I'm going to be connecting into the kitchen drain, which is 2 inch, and I'm running 1.5 inches. So here's my 2 inch drain. I'm gonna turn around and hook up right here, which lines up with that hole there, and the pump will be able to connect right through here and pump my sewage right. What's up, everybody? Here's what we have. I managed to put down my sump pump. I filled it up, so this way, once I call the customer, they could see how long it takes to empty this out. I have altogether 40 gallons of water inside this basin. This is a 80 gallon per minute pump. So basically what that's telling me, that the moment this pump starts running, it only takes 30 seconds to empty it out. So I managed to turn around and buy me a steel plate, since Home Depot, with this whole flood situation and everything, pumps is out. We don't have pumps at Home Depot. Basins are out. Pretty much all the supplies are limited. So basically what I had to do was buy everything in pieces. I couldn't get no pump kit, so I had to buy the basin separate, the pump separate, all the fitting separate. They didn't have a cover, so I had to buy a steel plate, pretty much center the basin and just bore some holes in there. All right. The other thing that I managed to do, I run my plumbing under the ground rather than on top of the ceiling. All right. And I run the electrical cord right up through here on 1.5 inch pipe. So what I did, I cut the elbow so that way any water that gets over here tends to go right on in and pour out through here. Okay. And we also put a silence check valve on there. So basically what that's going to do, every time this pump comes on and shuts off, you're not going to hear the water slamming back into the pump. All right. So that pretty much wraps up everything. We also turned around and we put a dedicated GFI circuit on here. Since this pump is submerged in water, I don't want anything bad to happen, so I want to be protected with the GFI. It just gives me peace of mind that if this pump happens to go out and my breaker don't trip, my GFI is my secondary safe. Okay, so that's all we have for today. If you guys have any questions or anything like that, just hit me up, send me a message, call me. Y'all know the deal. Thank you for watching.